Hello, welcome to the awesome enterprise video tutorial. Today, we are going to see how to use session tickets while submitting your form or while submitting your data to the another module or service. So let's begin. Here I made one form having the two input fields. One is a text box and second is a text area. If you see so in the code, there is a form and there are two elements. One is a text box and second is the text area. Here I use the form control service of Awesome Enterprise. And we are going to see the different kind of form control which we use in Awesome Enterprise in a different another tutorial. So let's focus on how we are submitting this form through the session ticket. So this is the code we are going to use for the session ticket. The session ticket is nothing but a one unique session which contains the data for the destination module or the service we are going to set in this particular activity. So for performing this particular activity, we need to create first of all we need to create the session. So we are using the session underscore ticket dot create. This is the shortcode for creating the session. Nouns equal to yes, and we are setting that particular unique session ID in the module or ticket ID. So this unique ID will get stored in the database, and that will contain the different kind of attribute we are giving up for that session. So here, first of all, let's focus on this. So post type the module dot collection. So in enterprise, there is a term as collection. This is nothing but the post type of the application we are using currently, or we want to use that. We want to use any module or template of that particular application. So here I want to use the save form template of this application, which is pseudo poetry app. So here I am creating the one array which named as module.collection, and that will contain the key as a post type, which is the module m underscore pseudo poetry. This array I'll pass as a collection attribute of session underscore ticket dot set activity. So basically, this session underscore ticket dot set activity has attributes as app, collection, module, set, service, and the set, which is basically we use for every another shortcut. So what does app do? The app will contain the app name or app slug for which you want any module or template from that app. The collection will contain the post type array which we create recently, and that determines the ticket that you have to use the module or the template from this particular post type application. The module will contain the slug of module you want to use, or while using the template you have to perform like this. It will be module dot slug and dot your whatever the template name. So in this way you can use your template in the module attribute. Similarly, for the service, you have to use this service slug and set that particular value. I create a I create one template called as form save form in same module, which is at add poetry. Now this particular add poetry is a part of pseudo poetry app. So I made one collection array. I use the session ticket dot set activity shortcode. Now I have to pass out the ticket ID over here because you need to store that particular all these things in this particular ticket. So collection will be the module dot collection. I'm using the template, so that's why there is a module attribute, module slug dot save form. So these are the basics of creating the ticket, and this ticket will hit this particular save form template. So how will this will it? There is a script. So in this script, type and action will be the form.ajax. There is no upload here, so I'm using the form.ajax only. So I'm binding the submit event of this form to this script. After the bind selector will be the form itself, this form class. So the form itself is a bind selector. After the submission, I'll disable the selector submit and the route. Now this is the important part. We are using ticket, that's why we are using t slash the ticket ID. If we were not using the ticket, then I'll pass the whatever the module slug or the template slug over here. So remember, whenever you are using the ticket, please pass t slash and then your ticket ID will be here. So and now in the save form template, I just dump whatever the request is coming from this particular form. So let's go in the front end and perform the activity over here. So this is my front end. Here is the form. I'm submitting the form here. Test description. And as I click on submit, as you can see, there is a one Ajax got fired. If you see in the header, it will be like T slash this is the ticket ID, and as we are submitting the Ajax, so Ajax equal to true. And now it hits the form save form template of add poetry module, as you can see here. And these are our two attributes. So what does session ticket do extra from the ordinary submission? The session ticket is encapsulated in one unique ID. As you can see here is a 60AD or something. So this particular ID will contain all this data within itself, and it's stored in a Redis database. So any third person is coming up, and if he want to see how this is getting submitted, he won't be getting the destination module or the destination service of this particular thing, because there is no mention of a template or a module or a service in the submission URL. As you can see here, there is no submission URL is exposed to the third party as we are saving this particular ticket ID. Now one more part. If you want to send some static data with this particular submission, you can send it in ticket also. So for that we are using session ticket.set field. So first of all we have to module dot ticket ID field. Suppose I want to send the email, and value of that email will be something test at the rate amiwork. And I also want to send the address, and address will be something to. So now this static data I want in the destination module. So this form save form template will have this particular data. So let's refresh this thing. request data is here. Now item template data. As soon as I made the two fields in the ticket, you can see there is a field that came up here, email and address. So you can use template.email and template.address from this particular thing. So, and the second thing, you can also validate the ticket, where the ticket is there or not. So if you want to validate the ticket, session.ticket get main equal to template dot this ticket ID and set that ticket something into template dot ticket data. When I will dump this ticket data, I'll get the all information about the ticket. Refresh. See, this ticket I got. There is a ticket ID, then there is ticket activity, then there is a fields of ticket. So these are the basics when we are using the ticket in the form submission. Then another thing is that the module. I use here the template here, hence I am using the module attribute. If you want to use any service, then you have to pass the service over here and just pass the service name. And whatever you are performing there, the data will be there, and you can perform your whether the sending email, creating the lead, or saving the data over the period. And there are the different kind of ticket things you can see on the getawesomestudio.com/enterprise shortcode, and these are particular shortcodes for session ticket. You can see them and perform your ticket activity over there. If you have any doubt, please feel free to post the comments and feel free to ask. Happy coding.